welcome in, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good day. And welcome back, those of you that are returning, and then those of you that are new, welcome to this platform. Hi, Siren Vibes. Love the screen name. God bless you guys. Welcome in, Fashionista. I hope you guys are having an awesome, what is it, Wednesday? It's Wednesday, isn't it? My phone's not over here. I think it's Wednesday. Okay, so we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're asking that they be present for this reading and for every other. We're also asking that Jesus Christ and any other ascended masters like Saint Germain, we ask that he and Saint Benedict, we ask that Saint Benedict remove all evil eye, and that Saint Germain surround us with the violet flame, of transmutation. And we are calling upon the archangels, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, and our ancestors, your spiritual team and my spiritual team. And we're asking that they put a shield around us, protecting us from any negative energy or from anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest knowledge and truth to be revealed to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers. So thank you, God, for everything that you do for us. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Ascended Masters. Thank you, Archangels. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you, spiritual team of highest light in resonance and ancestors. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes no evil eyes, no energy harvesting, no gatekeeping, no shadow banning, no witchcraft, and yeah, I think that's pretty much all. All right, I hope you guys are having a good day. So my main message, it's really important that you guys like the video. That helps me know that the messages are resonating, and it also just helps me get the video monetized. If I don't have it's like 50 likes or something like that on the video, then it doesn't get monetized, which means the algorithm does not pick it up for my nose just started running. The algorithm won't pick it up for other people to get the message. Okay, sorry. I was looking at this. I'm like, what is this note I wrote? I need to write another note with this. Okay. I'm supposed to look into a food book that has recipes. It's called Real Food by somebody named Catherine. Love Real Food is what it's called. Anyways, it's supposed to have a really good diet in it. So I will need to remember to do that for later. Okay, so I rolled the dice. We got the number 3 popping out, which means you guys have mastered something. So yeah, like the video, make sure you're subscribed, tap that notification bell. Oh, there's so many different things to remember. Yeah, I think that's it pretty much. Okay, so we're going to see what's going on. I feel like you guys have definitely mastered something, that you're dealing with somebody that, again, this reading, we're not going to have a gender for this person because I feel like they're a shapeshifter. Like there's some type of skinwalker. You got somebody that wants to literally verbatim wear your skin like it's their own and prance around like they're you. Which, yes, that's creepy. Yes, it's weird. Yes, it's also wrong. Okay, so this person, they watch you guys a lot. Confirmation. They watch you guys a lot. I feel like for some of you, it's going to be through social media. For some of you, it's going to be them literally driving by your house. But I feel like this person, if you're seeing, okay, every once in a while, I'll see an animal that I know is not an animal. And I don't, I had this experience with my neighbor that lived above me. He had a dog that would telepathically harass me all the time. And it would look like into my body. Like it would look at me, but it would jump inside my body. A very intrusive energy. And the fucking thing would bark all day long. And it was always dropping some type of toy or something on the ground. I don't know. Anyways, that's really not important. But the fact is that I knew that dog was not a dog. Its eyes were they were like this. not like this. They were like this. Like it looked like a human's eyes inside a dog's body. Creepy. So anyways, that's one time where I've experienced animal that's on animal. Another time was when I was camping and a cat came by in the middle of the night. You know how cats' eyes will light up as they run by? Again, this cat's eyes were freaking like the size of a human's eyes, and they were like more up and down rather than sideways. I could look at this cat's face and see that it was possessed or not a cat. And it looked back at me as it was running by. I was like, oh, fuck no. It looked back at me and oh my God, it was so scary looking. So there are people that can shapeshift. Yes, every culture has its own version of a shapeshifter, a skinwalker. They call them they call them Yendaloshis. They call them Lugarus. Just depends on where you go in the world. Everybody has their own version of it. So yeah, you got somebody that's watching you that's a supernatural being, not really a person. And the thing is, you may figure out who this person is by my description. I'm seeing somebody that wears really raggedy clothes, like, and I'm not dissing on this being, this entity, whatever. But it's almost like this person's trying to fit in with other people, but doesn't understand the concept because it has such an animalistic brain that like you have to wear clean clothes. It can't be like dirty as shit. And this person's clothes could be torn a little bit or something like that. They've definitely got a weird smell that they have. And this person's eyes shift when they're talking. So you're going to be able to figure out who this is eventually. I don't think it matters so much because you're protected from this person, but they're after your wheel of fortune, basically. You guys are coming into a season where you're not going to be able to be touched. There are some people that you just cannot touch in life, and this is the truth of it. People that walk with God, people that are close to the Holy Spirit, you cannot touch people like that. And why do I say that? And like, people can attack you, but it doesn't mean that that attack is going to go through. Welcome in, Stitch. It doesn't mean that that attack will go through. You know what I mean? Just like how there's other countries that curse the United States like every month or so. I watched this one video and it was about these gypsies, and I don't remember what country they were from, but they curse Americans all the time. Okay. This person could be from another country. They give me some type of like traveling energy. So I'm wondering how this person even became aware of you. You know, they're in the tower. I think that whatever skin they're wearing now, the being that's inside this person's body is not the original being that started in that body. Okay. So that they're in the tower though. Why are they in the tower? Because they came for your wheel of fortune. This was a horrible idea. I feel like this being at its core is evil, but there is a part of it that like either this one spirit has the original person that was in that body like oppressed down, because there's still some part of this being that wants to be saved, that wants to be delivered from this like very long curse that they've been under. Yeah, that's what I get it is. So anyways, this person is some type of witch. I think how they got this skinwalker to possess their body was engaging in some type of witchcraft it's like people don't know what they're doing when they do witchcraft. This person was on some type of native lands when they did this witchcraft. And so this is a major backfire for them. Yeah, literally dark arts. Yeah, they're definitely real. They definitely do exist. I've seen birds that I know are not birds. You know, they interact. They very telepathically. Animals are not very telepathic in the way that when somebody's turned into an animal, they become telepathic. I've also seen dogmen before. Absolutely terrifying. So what I'm picking up is that this being, whatever, the only thing I get is like closest thing is, you know, for America, we call it a skinwalker. If we were to go to Africa, it would be, or to Haiti, it would be called a lugaroo. If we were to go to, another place, it would be called something else. So like I said, it's the same, it's verbatim, almost the same exact thing, just in every country has its account of that type of creature, shapeshifter, that type of thing. Now there are some shapeshifters that are like reptilians that, Quetzalcoatl. Okay, the descendants of Quetzalcoatl. I know I butchered that, but it's really hard word to say. They were reptilian skinwalkers, but they weren't negative. Not all reptilians are negative, but almost all reptilians are negative. Oh my gosh, you're sleeping in the woods and you heard a skinwalker last night. Wow, this message is definitely for you. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's crazy, you guys. Literally, King of Swords. So this energy is very, very aggressive in the sense that there's something about your destiny that this thing can sense. It could be that you're about to go through awakening. It could be that you just did go through an awakening. When you awaken to the spiritual world, you will see the dark and the light of it. Now, I'm not going to say that everything that's of the dark is negative, and not everything that's of the light is positive. Okay. In fact, there are many beings that say they're of the light, but that's full of shit because they're very vengeful and wrathful. And that's like the light. The difference that I distinguish between light and dark is basically this: beings that are truly of the light respect life. Okay. They respect life, living plants, living beings, living animals. They respect God's creation. And to the point where they're not going to intervene on anybody's free will or try to manipulate somebody, okay, to go against their own thoughts and beliefs or to go against themselves. So that's what the light does. And the light is always helpful, very protective. The dark can be protective just in a very destructive way. The dark, in my own opinion, does not value life, okay? So they don't care about God's creation. They don't care about already given life. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. Alicia, that is wild. Yeah, shamans, a lot of them see, there are good shamans. There are some shamans that are good. There are some shamans that are very dark. But shamans, I think that some of them have the ability to shapeshift, especially if depending on what type of shaman it is. The ones that come from the Amazon rainforest, I think that they have the ability to shapeshift. I know that shapeshifting is also a divine quality. There are a lot of positive beings that can shapeshift, A trance channeler, see, that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous because you need to be very careful when you're taking substances like ayahuasca, mushrooms. I think even what's being suggested to you while you're in those states, those expanded consciousness states. Same thing with LSD, to be honest. Yeah, if you're taking any of that stuff, you need to be very aware of what is that influence that's there. If you have somebody trying to guide you through a meditation or something, make sure you trust that person and you know that they have good intentions. Because when you open yourself up, if you're dealing with somebody that has gifts, they can enter into whatever your mind, whatever we want to call the mind is on the inside, and they can see things and guide you, right? But again, it's not just the person. The person needs to be in the upright, and whatever they're working with needs to be in the upright. So, yeah, it could be. And this is why I think the government and MK Ultra, they did, Journey. That's exactly it, in a group setting. Yeah, they do that. That's why I think MK Ultra, what they were doing was when they were dosing people with DMT and LSD and mushrooms and all that stuff. If you know about MK Ultra was a government program to figure out how to mind control, like completely get somebody to do something that their mind against their mind, right? Like to influence their free will, to control the mind. And so they were working with substances. Okay. And so they gave a lot of substances to the world and did a lot of illegal experiments on people without their permission, like returning veterans from the war and stuff like that. It's just real sad. Anyways, MK Ultra still goes on today. But what they do is they put you in an altered state and then they start suggesting shit. Like, and they wanted to see if they could get people to, go unalive somebody when they know that that's the wrong thing they do. That type of thing, right? So, real dangerous stuff. Five is the energy of change. So yeah, you've got a lot of change coming in here, and something is sensing that you're here to change the world. Also, when you guys are going into the wilderness, pay very close attention. If you're in the woods, if you're in places that, because I am literally seeing energies manifest. Like, I know that CERN has been doing something messed up. I haven't figured it all out quite yet, but like, they're doing something to open portals. Whatever's coming through these portals, they're coming through in like Yosemite, and these other national parks. And maybe this is something that's used to go on in the past. I believe the Hopi people, they moved, that Native American group moved because of these portals that would open and let these skinwalker creatures in. So anyways, that's kind of what I'm picking up on, is like, if you're taking your dogs for a walk, or you're going for a walk in the woods, or you're staying in the woods, there is some type of portal activity in these woods that you guys visit. That's where this thing is coming from. And so it's a sorry excuse for a human being, because it's not completely human. And it's taken over somebody's body, somebody that's obsessed with you, because you're a star, literally. Yeah, telepathic communication and witchcraft. That's exactly it. I mean, like, literally, when I was talking about that dog that was the skinwalker, it jumped inside my body and was like in my mind with me. And I was like, hell no. Hell to the no. And then and it would tell me that it was going to rip my face off every time that the owner would let it out. Like, I would have to hide in my car and before going into the house, because that dog would come for me, like, straight up, and he would not put it on a leash. Just totally deranged people. He looked like a fucking zombie also. So, like, yeah. Temperance. So look at this. Part of your Wheel of Fortune is you having an intense, very spiritual, very deep connection. Your dreams for the future are coming true right now. And also, if you had a dream growing up, maybe it's to sing, to dance, to express yourself, whatever it is, so draw, paint. Maybe you like carving things out of wood. Maybe you like collecting seashells. It could, seriously, you have some type of artistic talent here, that it could be acting, something in their entertainment business. It's going to make you a lot of fortune here. You also have Archangel Michael, Temperance card coming out, which also has to do with Sagittarius. So we have, the star has to do with Aquarius, Sagittarius energy. The card Temperance is basically you being able to balance your energy and protect yourself. So where maybe you would fall victim to whatever this entity is, and it would be able to get in your skin if you lowered your vibration, but you guys are not lowering your vibration. And so this King of Swords energy that's trying to, trade spaces with your consciousness is the best way I can describe that. And there is something extraterrestrial about the Skinwalker stuff, but literally this energy is very concerned because you have Archangel Michael protecting you. They want to get to this Wheel of Fortune energy, but the thing about the Wicked is that when Wicked gets its hands on resources, it doesn't last very long. It just doesn't. This person's like got a very broken mindset. The Hangman. Yeah, and that's probably what, when you jump into somebody's skin and you oppress their consciousness with your own, that's a skinwalker. So, and look at it this way: a witch or a warlock that basically wants to control your body, either with a voodoo doll, and I'm picking up voodoo doll vibes right now, or a puppet or whatever. That's the same shit. If they're trying to manipulate your body or control the way your body movements are or whatever, that's the same thing. That's like the same thing as trying to crawl inside their skin and reanimate their body. It's like completely inappropriate. So this person, they're being sacrificed. Also, I'm getting that this skinwalker wants to marry you, but they want, it's almost giving me jinn vibes, because jinns, they will possess the body of somebody that they want to spiritually marry and they get really jealous that that person has a physical body. Again, that's over usually in the Middle East, but this is that same type of feeling, even though I know it's not a jinn, Yeah, driving like playing the wheel to cause a crash. Absolutely. Wow. Literally. The moon. The hangman to the moon. Okay. Obviously this person operates under darkness. That's when they come out. It's not only when they come out, but it's when they shapeshift into an animal is at night. You could be hearing howling or just weird sounds, and you could be like, what type of animal is that? Yeah, it's this person. See, they're a very judgmental person, which made them an easy target to become a skinwalker at some point. This consciousness, it doesn't have a permanent skin, and so that's why it keeps trying to jump from host to host to host. Ace of Cups. You're so loved by the universe, you guys. You're so protected. It's insane. This being is like literally learning for the first time that they don't run shit. Wow. So yeah, I feel like this thing wants to marry somebody that's really, really weird. They feel like you can do something for them. Okay, let's see what else needs to come out about them. Oh, also, if you guys have any personal questions, you can send a $20 super chat. I forgot to put my links in the chat. $20 Cash App or a $20 PayPal. And then once that's confirmed, I will use another deck to answer your question. And I'll pause the collective reading. So that's the way that I'm making myself available to those that can't spend hundreds of dollars for a reading, but still need assistance. Okay. So yeah, and the good thing about these is you can always rewind back and you get to interact with me live, where a lot of other readers, you send them the money and then they don't let you ask any questions. They don't let you ask anything. Then they pre-record the session, the reading, and just pull random cards and then send you a message. So yeah, I do not do it that way. Like, I'd like to interact with the person so that if there's something else going on, we can communicate and figure out what it is. Then we can work to resolve it. I don't just ever tell you, oh, you have something following you and then not resolve it. You really don't need to fear this thing, even though it's a stalker. Let's be honest, it's stalking. You don't need to fear it because you're protected. Like I said, you're loved by God. You guys, if you've had friends that betrayed you, you need to let go of the idea of being betrayed. All of those people that screwed you over, if you could see them now, you would see that they're in the tower. Like literally. They're like literally in the tower. And you're coming up as high priestess, which means you're able to see through people's masks. Like when somebody is wearing a mask, you can see through that. And it may take you sometimes being around them for 5 minutes, but you always end up picking up that something's off with their energy. Now, all of these moon rituals that this person's been doing to try to sacrifice you to get into your body, this shit is coming back on them. That's why they're in the tower. God has told this person in many different ways to stop this dumb shit. I used to be afraid of things like this when I would experience them. Now, if they come towards me, it's always to protect me. It's never to try to jump me or anything. Like I don't experience, I used to live on Indian Native American burial grounds, so I was experiencing a lot of this crap. There was like portals in the burial grounds right next to the condo I lived on. But yeah, I don't live on that shit anymore. And so it's pretty much all of that crazy supernatural activity stopped. Like literally all of it. once I moved away. So sometimes if you guys are being haunted and you don't feel like it's the house you're living in, because again, I didn't, even though I was being attacked in the condo all the time, I didn't associate it being the house, because it wasn't the house. It was the land that the house was on, and nobody should have built on that land. But it's just ridiculous. I mean, the city that I was living in, I didn't even know the history of till later. And it was originally called Battle. It was called Battle Creek. This was a long time ago, but it was called Battle Creek. They changed the name to something completely different. And, you know, they were trying to cover up the fact that pioneers slaughtered over like 1,500 Native Americans while they were sleeping next to a creek, verbatim, literally. And then they wanted to cover that story up, so they named the city a different city, right? They gave it another name. The Seven of Swords. These people are running away from the past. They're also running in the wrong direction. Okay. Now, there in most cities, there are tunnels underneath the city. A lot of these creatures, a lot of these people that can shapeshift into an animal but can't shapeshift back into a person, they're in these tunnels, underground tunnels. Okay. The Denver airport has a lot of them. Like, there are certain places that just have lots of them, communities of them, right? We got the hermit mode coming out. You could be isolating right now, or you could have just been isolated. It's funny when predators like to try to isolate you, and then then you end up becoming more powerful, because when you can go within and find the answers, the high priestess to the hermit, anytime you see those cards next to each other, you're looking at somebody that can go within, find the answer to their own issue. And there's somebody that finds the light from going within their self. They can connect in with God by just closing their eyes. And so that's the most dangerous person that could possibly exist to these types of creatures. So basically, your light attracts these dark beings, right? Your light has always attracted dark beings, but it also does attract light beings. So that's why I was saying, if you have had a lot of people betray you, don't think that that's a trait of the human race. Just know that you have been, through some times of your life, attracting dark beings. And it's only for you to learn a lesson, not like, boo, boo, you learn a lesson, like smack, 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 not that type of lesson, but you learning what is for you and what's not for you. And you can only do that through like process of, elimination, basically. And so if you've never experienced a being of the darkness, how could you tell that one of the light, and vice versa as well? So that's why you have drawn in these beings. And so some of them are protectors, some of them are in love with you, and some of them just want your skin. Okay. And so literally, you don't have to do anything to protect yourself other than use your intuitive ability and stay away from people, places, and things that do not serve you. You know what I mean? And you don't need to fear the dark. The darkness is not there to hurt you. Okay. You have to understand that we would not be able to perceive light without having darkness. Without one, you cannot have the other. So it's duality. It's a dual nature of things, where you have to have one to have the other. But we as people have the free will to choose what path we're going to go down. You could have some family members that have chosen the dark path. I mean, I'm sure that some people have family members that are shapeshifters and stuff, and that's fine, but I get that you're not going to engage in that type of shit, because first of all, I don't know. I love animals. Actually, it would be kind of cool maybe, but I don't know. If it would be painful, I wouldn't want to do that. The dogmen people, they don't look real happy. I've seen one of those before. And like, when you see something supernatural, the dimensions that it looks like for me, there's nothing that I've seen that's ever represented the scary things that I've seen that are supernatural beings, because we as humans are all creating CGI, everything from a human perspective. So it has human geometry, but when it's supernatural geometry, no, it's completely out of proportion. It's like, I've not seen anybody, not even AI, be able to create anything like what the supernatural has. Welcome in, Kentia. Yeah, denying and acting like nothing happened. Wow. And saying you're paranoid and psychotic. Yeah. That is definitely the agenda of, people that don't want to see you guys do well. I don't want to say gang stalking, but it kind of feels like that energy. And so that's another thing is you need to ask yourself, why is it that I'm being gang stalked? If you were not a high priestess, you would not be gang stalked. If you were not divine feminine or divine masculine energies, you would not be gang stalked. If you didn't have this connection to the stars, you would not be followed. People do not gang stalk people that have nothing going on. You know what I mean? People literally do not gang stalk people that are not doing anything. So you might want to look at and ask God to show you your destiny, what you're here to do, so that you can move towards that. Because again, I think destiny swapping is a very common thing nowadays. People want to copy each other, and it's like it makes it hard to find the original source behind anything. 5 again. So it's a lot of change coming in. Knight of Wands. And I'm picking up, these don't have to be men because they're shapeshifters, but I am picking up very sexual energies here. That's another thing. Back in the day when a woman would not want to sleep with a man that had power, they would get that woman locked up. They would literally frame her, set her up, or put her in prison because she wouldn't open her legs to whatever weirdo. That's the energy that these people hold. They want something sacred that you have, and you're not going to give it to them. They very well could know that. This Knight of Wands is a freaking joke. It's a pathetic person. In fact, they know that there's only one correct thing to do to leave you alone. These people are after your fate. They want your destiny and your fate. That's why you cannot allow yourself to slip. Don't give in to despair. Okay, don't give in to suffering. Literally, these people want your destiny, which means you just need to figure out what that is and then start working towards it. A lot of times our destiny doesn't have to be anything more than what we naturally do. Magician. It could be your destiny, at least some of you guys, to be these magicians who balance the playing field out for other people. Especially when, like, I really think that somebody should come up with some type of rehab. Welcome in, Girl Gone. Some type of rehab that people who do black magic could go to get off the witchcraft. You know what I mean? Especially if they have family members that are into this dark stuff. That's just my opinion. I know that will probably not ever happen, but if we have mental institutions, we should be able to come up with some type of spiritually neutral, because it would have to be spiritually neutral, because you would be getting all people from all different types of cultures coming in, needing to get off the black magic that they started. Because once you start doing black magic, you have to keep doing it. It's not like white magic. It's not like you can just do a ritual to steal somebody's destiny and you'll wake up in that person's body the next day. This is not the Parent Trap, okay? This is not Freaky Friday. None of that shit. It does not work like that. To take somebody's destiny, you would have to continue to do these rituals. And even then, it's not possible to steal anybody else's destiny. I just want you guys to know that God knows who you are. God knew who you were before you came into this life. God knows who you are. You know what I mean? And so it's not possible. If God knows who you are, then God knows who they are. Okay. But we can relinquish what our destiny is to other people by talking about it, but it doesn't mean anybody will be able to sit in our seat or fill our shoes. Okay. And that's what somebody wants to do. If you're having feet pain, this person has done something to try to walk in your shoes. This is giving me the energy of Cinderella, the Brothers Grimm version, where her name was actually Cinderbum, but that's not the point. In the original Cinderella, when the prince brings the glass slipper around to the houses, he comes to the house where Cinderella lives. And the two stepsisters are like, it was me at the party, let me try on the glass slippers. So one of them cuts their toes off with an axe so that they can fit in the glass slipper. And obviously, even with chopping their fucking toes off, their foot didn't fit in the glass slipper. Okay, so that's just a really good allegory of don't try to walk in other people's shoes. You may have to cut some of your toes off to do so. You know what I mean? Yeah, you two had a lot of copycats. Exactly. So seriously, this person cannot walk in your shoes. And if they think they can, they're very, very mistaken. I do feel like somebody wants something from you, but they're not going to come ask you for what they want. They're just going to do witchcraft on you until you relinquish it. Like that's the type of coward that these people are. If you were to see this Skinwalker and if it were to make you afraid, cuss it out. Tell it you're going to kick its fucking ass and then chase after the thing. I would literally come for the throat of one of these things if I ever saw it do what it tried to do to me before. Because the way that they succeed is if you get afraid. I would call down the ancestors, Jesus, and all of them and rebuke the shit out of it. And trust me, in the light of God, the princess of darkness likes to flee within the light of God. 5 of Wands. These people are straight up at war competing. You could even be a different. This is so ridiculous. These people like to shapeshift a lot. You could be a different gender than these weird ass people. Okay, and a man cannot take the destiny of a woman. If a woman has a uterus and it's destined for them to give birth to children, how is a man going to do that? Like, make it make sense. So I don't know if they have some type of dark practice that, this person they don't want to see you succeed. And I feel like somebody else, and there's another third party that sent these people to you. 8 of Cups. They've got to walk away. They got to walk away dissatisfied because they're not getting their hands on whatever this is. Whatever this gift you possess, they're not going to be taking it from you. Whatever this destiny is, damn it, they're not going to be taking it from you. 8 of Wands in the reverse. It says, bad time for them to make major life changes. Avoid decisions and commitments. Situations have a way of working themselves out, obviously. Too many factors are pending to conclude a project. You do not realize that you are missing an important piece of the information. It straight up says that. That could affect your final decision. Do not take action. Wait for the situation to resolve itself. So again, these people are waiting. They're waiting for something with your destiny to resolve itself. I can guarantee you that this black magic has been returned to them. And the major piece of information that they're missing to conclude their project of destiny swiping with you and jumping into your body and living inside of it is the fact that you cannot be touched. That's part of it. The other part is that destiny swap is not possible. And if God knows who you are, then God knows who they are. Okay. Ridiculous. 2 of Wands. Yeah, you guys are very courageous people. You have a lot of creative vision and you dream for the future. So literally, you got a lot of personal power coming up at this time in your life, and you are commanding the respect and attention of others. So make sure that you research before you start any new business, but this is the time to dream of what you want, to literally follow what you want. Whatever this passion is and the star trait that you have. You could be visualizing, and it's really good to visualize things working out in your favor. You got a police sent in to question you, and you're in the Netherlands. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, this 2 of Wands energy, I'm not even kidding. Like, you can visualize what you want, and if you continue to hold that vision, it will manifest. It does say that new creative ideas are needed for success, most likely because these people are trying to copy you. Like I said, how are they going to copy somebody that, like, they just want to look like they're of God? So they're trying to copy what you're doing because they know that you're connected to God. It's very strange behavior. I just rolled a 3, which is again about mastery. You could be mastering on the table, please. Queen of Cups in the reverse. That's who sent these people. You could be mastering right now manifestation. like how to manifest your hopes, dreams, wishes, and desires. This Queen of Cups in the reverse that just flew out on the ground, this is the person that's trying to swipe with you, that sent these people, and that's trying to attack you. This person could be really upset that you spoke up about something that they did. Again, I don't think you used their name when you were talking about them. So the reason, so this person's guilty conscience is making them project onto you that you've done something. This person is cruel, perverted, and seeks revenge. Okay. They're twisted, crafty, and dishonest, immoral. This person loves to use people, then discards them. Very self-destructive and selfish person who wants to manipulate you and control you. This is the person that had the voodoo doll made of you. Okay. Is this Queen of Cups in the reverse? I thought it was going to honestly be a Queen of Wands, but it doesn't surprise me. A Queen of Cups in the reverse is somebody that's not a nurturer, somebody that's not a mother. I mean, they could have children, but they're not a good mother. They're very vindictive. They're very slanderous and dishonest. They love to lie and make up bullshit, like about people. They love to make up, and they love to pass off false truths. This could literally be, for some of you, a mother figure or a mother-in-law figure or something like that. This person pretends to be a nurturer, and then they abuse the people that are under their care. So that's not cool. That is not cool to do to somebody. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are doing so well. Closed on your house yesterday and left. Good for you. Oh my gosh. And your devices got hacked. Yeah, that's definitely coming from this person. And I don't know who they are, but they've wanted to be you for a very long time. This is a copycat. This is a copycat witch hoe. Okay. This person, if this is your mother, they did not tell you that you have this gift in the bloodline. And maybe it's because it comes from your father's side, but I think that there is gifts in the mother's side. This person did not tell you about yourself. Because if you knew the gifts that you possess, then it would make it very much harder for this person to steal that from you. And they could feel like it's not fair since you guys are blood, or maybe you're not even blood. Maybe this person's not even your mother, but they think it's fair for you not to have something because they don't have it. This person's weird. I think that this person's tried to convince people that they're your mother. If you don't look like this person, if you don't hold the same traits as them, you need to literally question, who the hell is this person? And I'm getting like, okay, the story of Snow White, the evil queen, in the Brothers Grimm, the evil queen is actually Snow White's real mother. That's your stepmom. Yeah. I'm getting it's even more disturbing, right? Because in the original version of Snow White, the evil queen, when she's pregnant with Snow White, because she's actually the mother of Snow White, she pricks her finger by plucking a rose, and roses that bloom in winter, whatever. Okay, so the blood falls on the snow, and then she has this like passionate desire, and she says, I wish for my firstborn child to have red and cheeks that are red as rose petals and blood, and skin and hair as black as the night, and skin as white as snow. And so her wish, and that she be the most fairest, most beautiful thing that's ever existed. So when she gives her wish gets granted, when she gives birth to Snow White, she sees that Snow White is all of the things that she described, right? Oh, your mom passed in 2014. I'm sorry that you had to go through losing a mother. My mom passed a few years ago. Well, my biological one. But yeah, so like literally so her daughter comes out and the wish is granted. This is just like crazy. And then she grows jealous because she goes to her freaking mirror and is doing mirror on the wall. You know, it's actually magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? And they keep saying Snow White is, obviously, because she wished her to be that way. So it's just kind of crazy. And then she gets more and more jealous, and she starts coming for Snow White. Could you even, on the table today, could you even imagine somebody doing that? That's crazy. Interesting. So this person could have other children that she's raised that are in the reverse, or maybe this person's not telling somebody about the whole truth. We have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay, she's in the reverse. Obviously, if she has any kids, they're going to come out in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse and a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This woman is teaching witchcraft to her children. That is literally what I'm getting. Or she plans to or has taught some form of manipulation. This Page of Pentacles in the reverse believes that the world owes them something. The world disagrees with that, but... And then this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is somebody that is obsessed with money. These people are obsessed with your finances. You could be like, well, what are you talking about? I don't have any finances. I'm like almost broke. That's because of this person and their obsession. This is not because of anything that you've done. You're not being punished. Nothing like that. Okay. You don't have negative karma coming back to you. I'm not picking up on that at all. 3 again, mastery. So these people have tried to gain some type of dominion over your financial state of well-being by either wishing down on you or talking down on you or trying to make you not believe in yourself. This is because they do not possess this high priestess ability that will continue to make you money for time to come. Here comes the Queen of Wands. I knew she was going to come out. So these people do go to a practitioner, and this practitioner is also a shape-shifting energy. Okay. This practitioner could be somebody's aunt. There are secrets in y'all's family. Okay. Just like how the Kardashians, they have an ancestor that was, that made a pact with the devil. This is literally legitimately recorded in history. Like literally. Yeah. They made a deal with the devil for love and fame, but it came with a price that yes, they could have beauty, love, and fame, but any man they get with will either turn insane, turn into a woman, or et cetera, as the curse goes on, correct? And so if you look at all the people that have married a Kardashian, what happened to Kanye West? He started to go crazy. What happened to Bruce Jenner? Well, he turned into Caitlyn Jenner. What happened to LeBron James? Well, if you know, you know. Okay. What happened to Scott Courtney's husband? All of the men in that. What happened to Rob, the only man in that family? Like literally, if you look at all these people, you will see the same exact side effect of that curse on all those people. So again, and these women know that they have this curse on them and they want the fame and money, so they don't care. So it's like, it's almost giving like practical magic vibes where, any man that the family falls in love with, that the women of the family fall in love with, they end up passing away, but it's not exactly passing away. It's going crazy. Food for thought, just food for thought. So there could be something going on in this family that's very ancient like that these people don't want to resolve, or, if I found out that there was something like that on my family, and God, if there is, please remove it. I don't need fame. I don't need any of that shit. Like, please remove it. We're here to break generational curses, not to create them. You got a Queen of Wands energy that loves to create trouble for other people. They just like to do that. It's part of their favorite things to do. Oh, that's so funny. So yeah, let's see what else comes out about this situation. Knight of Swords, somebody in the military. It doesn't have to be military. It could just be that they're very strict. Like, you know how military people are trained to be very strict people. There's a Knight of Swords energy that is coming in really hot and fast. This person is actually on your side. I don't know if you know somebody in the military, or if this person, I don't think that you know them. When these people try to bring false charges against you with the police, this Knight of Swords is going to defend you. Okay. I feel like because this Knight of Swords has been watching you, but they actually do have a good heart. They are responsible, and they're very dedicated to being like an investigator or something like that. Three of Swords, yeah. These women, just like how the Kardashians are very beautiful and attractive, like the Queen of Wands, but then they always get betrayed in love because the men that they get with go crazy. It's like the Three of Swords is about betrayal, but it's about marriage separation, incompatible lovers, cruelty, abuse. It is the card of DV, domestic, violence, basically. I don't want to be demonetized, but yeah, these people are experiencing some type of major loss. I don't get what that has to do with you. I think that these people just see you as it's literally like the Cinderella story. They look at you like you're Cinderella. Verbatim. Do the dishing and the mopping. Literally the little mice. Cinderella. Literally. Always having to clean. You could have had a lifetime. Could have had another lifetime besides this one where you were these people's like slave. Or you're always cleaning up after them, or you were a stepchild to them. That's where this energy is actually coming from. It's giving me big Cinderella vibes, but I'm getting that it followed you into this lifetime and these people have treated you very weird. Very weird. I would forgive these people because honestly, they're under some type of spell. I don't know who did it. I don't think you did it. Even though you're showing up the magician, it just shows me that you're able to actually break spells and defend yourself from magic. You need help. You need help cleaning up. Yeah, literally. The Page of Cups, these people are very material based. They're focused on physical objects and materialism. When you guys are mopping your floors, take whatever solution you're using. If you have Florida water cologne, add some to it. Florida water cologne is one of the best cleansing agents. It just really purifies the energy and it blesses. Somebody may want to clean the floorboards, of each room and get that old energy out. Having a clean environment is super important when it comes to keeping these types of energies away from you. And then I would be putting salt over the threshold, a line of salt. You're going to notice that these people, if you start taking protective measures, you can take a broomstick and put it upside down, basically, so the broom part is sticking up. That keeps away negative energies, and you put it by the front door. There are a lot of different things that you can do, aka also praying over your house, asking Christ to bless your home, anointing it with oil, all sorts of different things that you can do to protect your space from these people intruding upon it. You know what I mean? Oh, you're getting yes, the cinnamon brooms. Oh my gosh, I love those. They usually come out with that in Christmas times. Best smelling stuff. Look, you guys are so protected. And literally, if you just do simple things to cleanse up your space and spruce up your area, this could be moving a couch or moving a TV. I would invest in learning about welcoming Nurkarim. Wow, really? Many of your readings ago about a dream regarding a shape-shifting demon. Wow. Don't go gown or groan. Oh, it's another language. You fell down when somebody was catching you. That's wild. So yeah, this protection that you could do, it could be reading Psalm 91. It could be saying the Lord's Prayer. I favor Psalm 91 and Psalm 23, and I use those all the time. Okay, so I'm just going to type in the chat for you guys. If you read Psalm 139, that is against destiny swap, okay? That will literally stop the destiny swapping. Oh, it's a typo. Don't go down. I get it. That's what I was thinking you were saying. Okay, so that one's against destiny swap. Psalm 91 is for protection from every type of thing that could ever exist, right? And then Psalm 129 is about cutting you free from the cords of the wicked. And then Psalm 23 is about divine provision. That's the one that goes, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me down the right path for his name's sake. Yeah, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all of the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So that's Psalm 23, and that does protection and success, finances. Those three Psalms, if you go through your house, Psalm 91 is, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all of their ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because she loves me, or he loves me, I will answer her. I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him, and honor her with long life. I will satisfy him/her and show him/her my salvation. And yeah, you can put whatever gender you are, whatever energy you associate with, feminine or masculine, you can put that. You can just put that in the prayer and change that little part of it. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Valkyrie Meadows. I hope you're having a good day. Love your little emojis. So yes, absolutely, with the sage. Sage is a very powerful tool. I would definitely pray over the sage, depending on who you buy it from. It would be awesome to just be able to go find sage in nature. I think it blooms the end of summer is the best time to get it. But if you don't have access to it, devil shoestring is a great herb. It literally will keep any snares or traps that the devil sets up for you. It will keep that away. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. So let's see. We're going to roll the dice again and see what else needs. The 3 again. 3, 3, 3. You guys could be seeing 3s everywhere. You definitely, the 3 of Pentacles. That's funny. You have a soul tribe community backing you. You're not alone. Okay. And literally, the stuff that you're going through is preparing you for something greater. There's no coincidence that these people tried to do this to you. So let's get a conclusion. And literally praying the Psalm 139 is against destiny swap. I would just do that because you guys are dealing with that energy. And Psalm 129, these people like to cord into your chakras. So Psalm 129 cuts you free from the cords of the wicked. And then Psalm 36 is against the evil eye. And it says, there is no fear of God before their eyes. And so I would definitely read that one as well, because these people, they don't knowingly set, they're not trying to send the evil eye. They're just very envious and jealous. All right. What do they need to know about the future and moving forward to keep your space cleansed, both spiritually and physically? You may want to do a smoke cleanse. So just to let you guys know, sage, and I would use sage and Palo Santo if you've got it. Okay. Sage and Palo Santo. Sometimes you can find sage mixes, right? Palo Santo is a holy wood, and it cannot ever be tainted. Palo Santo, when you burn it, draws in blessings. So what sage does when you burn it, it neutralizes positive and negative energies. It just clears everything out. But then you want to add a positive energy into your space, like the Palo Santo. That's why getting a sage bundle that has sage and Palo Santo is one of the best things to cleanse your house with when you're dealing with negative energy. And so sage is to send energies away and to put up protection. When you burn incense is more of an offering. It's to draw things to you. So just like how amulets are created to basically keep things away, talismans are created to draw things to you. So the incense, so I would literally go through the house, make sure you keep an open window, just like at least one or two in the house. When you go to sage your house, you need to go to starting from the front door looking in, go to the left rear part of the house and begin opening up all of the cupboards, all of the drawers, all of the closets, and you start saging in that area, and you go counterclockwise all the way to the front door. And then you get whatever is, by the front door, and you can open the door and sweep the energy out with a broom, or just say, okay, if anything was in here, now it needs to leave, and then keep a window open while you're saging. Then when you've finished that process, you close everything up, because you want that sage smoke, smudging smoke, you want it to get underneath your bed. You want it to get into your closet, because it's so easy for an entity to just move to a different part of the house when you're saging. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And saging is not going to be something you do just one time. I sage every day, almost every day. It's very rare that I go without burning a little bit of sage. So, but I have a whole bag of all these different herbs mixed together in different resins, like frankincense and copal and stuff like that I use over charcoal, so I can control a little bit better that way. But then after you burn the sage and stuff, you let the house air out and whatnot, close everything up. Then you go to whatever part of your house you pray in, or whatever part you feel that you like to do your manifestation is. If you have like a statue of Jesus, or a statue of a saint, or a statue of, like, I have statues all over my house of Archangel Michael, all these other ones, Santa Muerte. I've got a lot of statues. I am a lover of statues. But wherever you do your spiritual work, burn incense in that area. And I always leave out a little bit of salt and a little bit of water for my ancestors. You can burn a candle. That's also a good way to neutralize negative energy. So those are some things that you can do. A lot of people have ancestral altars. I don't really do that, but I do love statues. Like, I've got Black Tara here. I have in my closet just a lot of statues. I don't really go in there praying or anything, but that's a very highly charged space, because I have a lot of like spiritual statues in there. So wherever you feel is the most blessed part of your house, I would burn incense there and just say thank you to the Most High God and the Holy Spirit for having your back. And that way, if you get like patchouli incense, that will draw money and it'll draw love into your bedroom. So you could sage that. But yeah, you just want to make sure you're staying up on your spiritual hygiene, which means taking spiritual baths, adding in those herbs to the bath, or you can add peppermint oil. It's a really good one for banishing negative energy. You make sure that you are washing yourself every day, that you're taking care of your hygiene, because the only way that witchcraft will work is if you become a dirty animal, like these people are, basically. And you don't clean up after yourself. You don't care about yourself. When you don't love yourself, witchcraft can work on you. But when you love yourself, it will never work. These people are really blocked. As far as doing anything to your finances further or coming for your Wheel of Fortune, they're blocked for this. They might want to be mindful that you walk with God. So like, literally, it doesn't matter if you know where you're going or not. God is leading you. You're walking with God. These people, they don't believe in that. This could be one reason that they deeply resent you, because of your walk with God. But your walk with God, I don't care if this is a relative or who they are. It's none of their business. Your spiritual beliefs is not their business. If these people want to believe in witchcraft and all sorts of stupid sorcery shit, let them. You know what I mean? It's none of that low vibrational stuff, and none of these entities are more powerful than the light. Like, love is greater than fear. I don't care how much fear it is, love is still greater. You have an Ace of Pentacles coming to you, which means God is your salvation. The Most High is bringing you the resources that you need to move forward in this life and to move on from these people. And trust me, these people, when you get this large amount of money coming in, these people are going to show up out of fucking nowhere, like straight up. And they're going to have their hand out. But you need to remember that when you were in these people's lives, or when you were around them, God was not blessing you with finances, because God knew you would just, as soon as they stuck their hand out, you would just give this Ace of Pentacles that God is giving you away to them, because you cared about these people at one point. So like, to get the blessing that you truly deserve, that's part of your destiny, you have to stop giving to people that would never give to you, basically, in that type of way. You're coming into wish fulfillment. A deep desire is being granted, one from childhood. This could be if you forgot that you wanted to be a dancer, something's coming in for you. Your goals are becoming achieved. You're reaching some type of milestone, and these people are freaking blocked. They're in the 10 of Swords. They feel like they're victimized by you because you're gaining a 10 of Pentacles. And you could have an emperor that's about to come into your life, or you could be this emperor, which means you've mastered your emotions, you have a loving relationship with God, and you're being obedient. Okay. So don't fear these people. Continue to move forward. Continue to love on yourself. Clean your house. Pray. You know, my life when I was living on that Indian burial ground, I did not like know about prayer like that. You know, it was only when I started creating my own prayers and my own psalms that I was delivered out of that situation. So know that when you ask God for help, God is more willing to help you than anything else. And God's not going to ask for you to give up a part of your soul for like the assistance that God's going to give you. God wants to see you prosperous. God wants to see you using your intuition, listening to yourself, connecting with your soul, your higher self. God wants to see that. God wants to see you doing really well. So, you know, you do have people that want you in their lives. Okay. They want what's coming to you. They want your destiny, your fate. But let's be realistic. They can't have that. That's not realistic for them. So, you know, I would read Psalm, and this is what you do. We don't target people with prayers unless you know who it is that's trying to steal your yes, keep on smelling good. Unless you know exactly who it is who's like trying to steal your shit. Welcome in, BC. But you just go against known and unknown, seen and unseen enemies. That's what I'm reading this psalm for. And then you just put your faith in the words that you speak, that the words that you speak are very powerful. So try to stay aware of what you're saying about things. And if you've got a traumatic story that you have to speak on, I want you guys to start writing your story out and changing the ending. Write a happy ending to your story. You're going to find that brings you so much peace. Whenever I have a nightmare, I will like write the nightmare out and I will give it an ending. I will give it like a happy ending where the situation turns around. So listen to your dreams at this time, because you could be getting clues on what to do next. God's always going to give you the upper hand and the heads up when it comes to these people and whatever they're doing. God will always relate to you through a vision, a dream, a whisper, an angel, what you need to do to stay ahead of it. And know that all black magic is a trap, and you have the power of God within you. When you tap into that, nothing on the outside of you can get past that. Okay. So you guys are extremely protected. You're very loved. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Okay. And until the next reading, you guys, peace be with you. Please like this video, tap that notification bell, and make sure that you guys are subscribed. Okay. And know that you guys are safe. You know, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel scared, like out of a bad dream, literally pray. And don't talk about the bad dream while it's still dark out. Wait till like the next day to talk about it with somebody. Okay. All right, you guys. I love you. I'm giving you support and lots of love. Peace be with you. Have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next reading. Make sure you like that video and tap that notification bell, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.